Okay, that should do it. Make sure, yep, turn up the volume. That was fun. So my mic was plugged in, but we had a power outage yesterday, and apparently it needed to be reset, even though my machine turned off and all that good stuff. So all I just did was I unplugged the mic and plugged it back in. That's it. But it had been plugged in before. Okay. Wow. All right. So that was a fail start. So let's start again. What's up, everybody? Tim, first one in, D43. Thanks for stopping by and dropping that like. Billy D, yes, it is dark in here, but it is a shadow. Yeah, I said all of that, but you guys couldn't hear me. All right. Oh, boy. I shouldn't be surprised, given the day that I had yesterday. All right, so let me ask again now. Did you guys get a notification? Or did you just happen to check your feed? I was curious if YouTube sent out anything. Oh, boy. Let's grab these. But yeah, I was so late in the arena, and it's because of yesterday. But I figure I'll wait a little bit before I tell that story. A story filled with terror, disappointment, hope, and then more disappointment. But I did not get home until after 11. Long after I should have been able to get my guys on cooldown if I wanted to be on schedule. Woo-hoo. There we go. You did? Okay, good. Since this is not my normal time, if YouTube doesn't send out a notification, and if I don't send out notifications, which I didn't do, then the only way people would know that I'm streaming is if they happen to check. Since it's not my normal time, a lot of people wouldn't check. Oh. Give me a second here. Clean off this screen a little bit. Okay. So what are y'all up to? I don't remember what time zone you guys are in, so not sure if it's morning for you, but as for me, it's morning. I had a late breakfast. Just everything was late. Oh, man. Tim, I'm driving to work. We'll be able to speak more in about 20 minutes. Okay. Well, in that case, I can tell you the story of what happened yesterday. So, you guys know, or may not know, that me and my sister are trying to do this juicer thing. Juicer is somebody that goes around for, lift, jump, lime. We did lime for right now. They go collect their scooters. You're all ears, literally. And they collect the scooters, and either they pick them up if they don't need a charge, they just drop them right off, or if they need a charge, they grab them, bring them back, charge them up, and then drop them off. And you get paid for each scooter. So we didn't have a really good run, but we chalked it up as, a learning experience. And so yesterday was going to be our actual first true run with all the knowledge we had and, learn from our mistakes, that sort of thing. So we left early in the morning, and we really just couldn't find anything. It just was not the right time of the day for that. So we said, all right, we'll go later on in the afternoon, after I stream and all that good stuff. So I did tell you guys about that during the stream, that we were going to go out that night. So we did. We left around 6:30 p.m. and we didn't get home until like 11:30 p.m. And we had one scooter to show for all that time. One. It was so frustrating. Just a whole bunch of things. The app that we're using doesn't seem to want to give us proper directions. The area that we were in has a lot of one-way streets. So if you miss your turn, you have to make a huge circle to get back to where you were. So all of that is time consuming. We found, we were going for one, right? And it was over by these apartments. And we're pretty sure we know what happened. We think somebody was stealing it. Okay. So keep in mind that this scooter that we were going to pick up is one that has full power. It does not need to be charged. And all it needed to be was dropped off. So those are like the easy money. You grab it. If you can grab a bunch of those and then just drop them off, great. So we went over there and we're looking for it and we don't see it. We're driving slow and we're pretty sure people knew what we were over there for. So you also have an option in the app to ring it so you can hear where it is if you have a hard time finding it. We did that and we heard it. And we were zooming in on it, and suddenly we ain't hear it no more. We were hitting it, nothing. And we believe what happened is somebody took it, and when it started ringing, they knew that somebody was near trying to find it. We're the only ones in that area driving around looking for it. So they knew exactly, and they most likely grabbed it and ran off with it somewhere where we wouldn't be able to hear it ring, or muffled the ring. So all that time wasted. My sister reported it missing, which means the last person that used it is going to get charged, which, kind of sucks, but that's Lime and them. But we reported it missing because we were there and we couldn't get it, and we're pretty sure that they're trying to steal it. Now, before they charge him, they will do an investigation. They'll go right to that spot where it was last, where we rang it, and they'll do an investigation. So, but yeah, that was a mess. Then another one that we found. Hold on. Kenneth Price. Whoa. Yeah. Long time no see, man. Why am I still doing them? Because I'm going for the 4-star feature champion, Mysterio. That's why I'm still going. I'm going to go until about 17 million. And then I'll hit the 5-star featured. Right now, the 5-star featured, I'm just doing my 6 stars in that arena, which will give me a good amount of points. So we'll see. Oh, what in the world? I forgot to turn my email off. My email will be quiet all day till I start recording or streaming. Then it's going to start blowing up. So let me turn that off right now. Okay. Nor, what's up? And Happy, what's going on, man? Good to see you all. All right, so the next one that we tried to go to, we got right there, and we saw a woman getting on it, right? And we weren't sure because you don't know necessarily whether it's the one that you're looking for or not. And I made a joke. I was like, that better not be our scooter that she's about to jump on. It was. You can only reserve 3 per day. And we had already used up our 3. So we couldn't reserve it, which means even if you go to it, someone could reserve it right from under you, or they could just use it and grab it. So that's what happened there. You know, we didn't have it reserved, couldn't, and she just got on it and used it. And it's that sort of thing that went back and forth pretty much for all the 4 hours. Well, for the about 3 hours. And I finally said, enough. You know, we need to get back home. I need to get my 5 stars on cooldown. You know, it's getting late now. And so I'm like, just let's go to the nearest hub, which is where you do the drop off. So she reserved it. And we went down this street that had me very, very nervous. Let's just say that. All the hairs on the back of my neck were raised. It was the perfect place for an ambush. Late at night, it's this broken down road. I see this broken down house, and it ended in a dead end. And when I got there and I saw it, I said, oh no, I said, you are not getting out of the car. I'm not getting out of the car to drop this thing off. Not here. I turned right around and I was looking around to see if I saw anybody, because I had already made up my mind. Anybody jumped out or got behind my car is getting run over. And I'll just have to call it in later and say, oh yeah, we were over by this way and somebody jumped out. But yeah, we was not about to stop in that area. That's how bad it looked. And we just went to a different hub, which was quite a good ways away. And we got there, and it was one that we are familiar with. So we're going to just start using that hub from now on. It's in a nice open, it's like right outside of a skate park, well lit, easy to get to. So we did that. And of course, doing that does take a little bit of time as well. But we dropped off our 1 scooter and then came on home. But it was like 11 something. Now, while we were at the drop off, my phone died. My phone is my hotspot. So my phone died and my sister's iPad died. But she had a phone that she could use as a hotspot. And so I sat there for just a little bit because she needed to get home to take her insulin. So I sat there for just a little bit to get some of my 5 stars on cooldown. And then I just said, you know what? Let's just go on home. So we went home, got home, and I was just so tired. I didn't even bother trying to do any more arena. And then this morning, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be able to stream later on if I stream late. Because my guys were going to be off cooldown too late for me to get them on cooldown and have them ready by my normal stream time. So I decided, you know what? Instead of doing that, I'll just leave those, let them come off cooldown naturally, don't run the other ones, and do this morning stream just a little bit late. Because normally my all of my 5 stars are on cooldown like 3 hours ago. And I have to take my sister to the doctor at about 4, which would have been fine if I was streaming at 1 till 3 like I normally would. But they weren't going to be ready. So that is the story of why I'm streaming so early. All right, hold on. I'm doing all right, Nor. How about yourself? You busy with your mom, Kenneth? Rahul, what is up, man? Hold on, gotta be careful with this cable. He likes smacking people in the face. Back up. Let's see, yeah, some story. Love it. So I don't use Blade that much anymore. Me neither. I still use him though. He was actually useful to me in a variant. That parry bleed actually allowed me to take out quite a few people. So I do use him, but not a whole lot. Machine Man, what's up? Yeah, that is a lot of tech dying. My phone sucks. I just have one of those free phones from Assurance Wireless, you know, free government phone. And it does not hold a charge at all. And we have been out for 3 hours. That's more than it can deal with when I'm using it as a hotspot. And I knew that it was going to die. I just knew it. And sure enough, when we finally, you know, dropped it off, I loaded up my 3 champions to fight, and I heard my phone, boop, boop, and that was it. Couldn't even fight. And my sister's iPad, that's one thing we're going to invest in, is a car charger. We just didn't have one. But we're going to definitely need to invest in something like that if we're going to be doing stuff like this. Now, for these runs, what we've been doing so far is trying to get ones that did not need to be charged. And what we're going to do next week is we're going to go for ones that need to be charged but are in like a little area. We know the area we want to stay out of, which was that area that we went to last night. We're staying completely out of that area because it tends to have ones in hard to reach places and out of the way, you know, not on the street or anything like that. And we're going to go, it's usually around some schools, and they'll be clustered there because, you know, a lot of students will go take it to school and just drop it off there. So that's what we're going to try and do. And we'll do ones that need to be charged. That way we can grab a bunch of them. Hopefully, this is just the hope, because this is what we were thinking before, and it didn't work out that way. But the idea is we'll grab a bunch, you know, about 4 of them, maybe 5, you know, and bring them back home. And we have 4 chargers. Now, the thing is, we don't have to pick up ones that are 0% power. So if we grab ones that are like 70%, they don't take that long to charge. So we could grab more of those and charge them, saving our gas from running around all over the place. And then we just have to bring them back before the next morning, 7:30. And I'd most likely just go that night and return them. So that's the idea. Francisco, what is up, man? Other shadow here. Hold on. In the dark shadow. Is Blade overrated? Rahul, no. Blade is still good. Still useful. A lot of people don't use him a whole lot. There's a lot of other champions that can do a lot more than he can. But he is still useful. In fact, in Alliance War, now that you can see the defenders, let somebody put up a magic and a Dormammu. Bringing in Blade. And spank them. Spank them good. And I still used him in a variant as well. So yeah, I don't think he's overrated or underrated, really. Ooh, Kenneth, you sold him. Wait, can you sell him? I didn't think you could sell, Wait, which tier are you talking about? Let's see. Grab you. Oh, okay. I was sitting there, I was gonna say, wait. I was like, I didn't think you could sell 5 stars. I thought we were talking about 5-star. And then you said you sold them, and I'm like, wait. But yeah, never, ever, ever sell champions. But I figure people, if they've been playing the game for a while, like you have, then you already know. So if you sell a champion, you've got a reason to sell them. Let's see. My advice is always, of course, don't sell champions, but I know some endgame players that were trying to get one more try for a champion. So they would sell the 4-star that was currently in the arena. And then go ahead and get that champion right back. And use the proceeds to have another attempt at a champion. You know, I mean, that's fine. But they know what they're doing. See, will you be doing dungeons with subs? Rahul, I've already done my dungeons. I usually do my dungeons with my buddy Itans. Dungeons can be very frustrating, and they were before I settled on just running them with Itans. Because, I mean, it was bad. And I mean, not just randoms. You know, we all know about randoms, but even some of my own alliance mates sometimes. There was one, we used to hop on line to chat while we were doing dungeons, which, of course, makes them even more fun. But he had so much background noise going on, and he had a family that he would yell at and all this. And I'm just like, wow. That was interesting. Somewhat distracting. We had another one, always had connection problems. Great fighters, both of them. But there was always something, and I was just like, boy. And I remember there was a few, like Itans, that we went through, and it ran so smoothly that I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just keep asking them. And that's what I've done. Me and Itans are no longer in that alliance together. but I'm still partnering up. We still do dungeons together all the time. You don't like Blade anymore? That's fair. Since Blade got older, I'm gonna call him Bald. Alrighty. But yeah, he's getting a little long in the tooth, but he's still good. Doc Dooman, what's up, man? You can sell 5 stars? Really? I wouldn't know, because I never would. All right. What? Hold up. I looked up, tried to read real quick, and got punched in my face. There we go. Too early, Ricochet. What's up, man? Francisco. Yeah, I agree with you, Francisco. I still find uses for my blade. You can't sell them anymore? Like I said, I wouldn't know. I didn't think you could sell them, but what would I know? I never try. I don't care what the 5-star is. If I had Iron Patriot, he's still giving me points in the arena. Let's see, I just took my Corvus to rank 5. Oh yeah. You gonna love him, Happy, if you don't already. But yeah, Ricochet, you can rewind in the stream. And I told why I'm streaming so early. Long day yesterday. And my champs were not going to be ready. And I have something to do later on today, so I couldn't stream at my normal time unless I started on time. So I could still, but I'd have to do something else. Maybe run my 550s and something like that. Let's see. Grab you, and you. Let's see, how's your sister? Got the sugar levels controlled now? Yeah, Francisco, she has. She is, what do you call it? Her levels are now below 100. We got double digits. And of course, initially, when she first went in, her levels were 577, which, as you know, is critical. They find that out and they're like, no, you ain't going home. You sitting right here till we can get this under control. She could have easily slipped into a coma. But by the grace of God, she did not. And now she's got it pretty much under control. Her diet, she's taking her meds just fine. Now we just need to get that exercise thing going and we'll be all right. But yeah, she's doing much better now. See, Corvus is beyond God tier. Yeah, I still need to make a video about the whole tier thing, the tier mindset. I might do that over this weekend. Okay. I definitely love him. Took 9 out of 10 fights with Corvus this war without any items. Welcome to the Corvus Corp. Or, if my sister's listening, Corp. She hates it when I do stuff like that. And I do it just to mess with her. She'd be like, you know it's not pronounced that way. Do I? Do I really? See, if I ever had 5-star Agent Venom, I would be the first person to 565 him. Really? I like them. I think I took mine to rank 3. I usually take my champions to rank 3, the ones that I like, or if I'm going to use them in a synergy. Like with Proxima, I use her with Corvus when I need that True Strike. So I didn't want her to be at, rank 2. But most of the time, if you see a champion at 3 or 4 or 5, it's because I enjoy fighting with them. They're not just purely prestige, but I do take that into consideration as well. Woohoo! All right. Got home late. I heard, yeah, very late. See, Kenneth, seriously, I would love to give you my 5-star one. Oh. No, you don't. Get back in that corner. But yeah, that's the short version of it, Ricochet. We went out to try to find scooters. We spent a good 3 hours. Only have one scooter to show for it. Went to one hub to drop them off. Did not like the location at all. Not even sure if we were at the right location. Went to a different one. Dropped it off. I did sit there for a little bit trying to get my guys on cooldown. But Sis needed to get home. And I was getting real tired, so I think I had only gotten through about half of my roster, my 5 stars, before I just said, let's just go on home. And then when I got home, I didn't even bother to try to finish off the rest of them because it was so late. And I knew that I wouldn't be able to get them back on cooldown until probably almost about the time that I decided to start streaming this morning. So instead of finishing up the half, I just waited for the first half to come off cooldown and then did this stream instead. Yeah. Agent Venom is not bad. I actually do like fighting with Agent Venom. I don't fight enough with Sabretooth, but he seems pretty cool too. I would rank him up, but I'm trying to have this little rule because I have to have some rule. Oh, you want to play like that, huh? Eat this. Okay. He was supposed to hit him. All right, back it up, back it up. That's enough. My rule, with rare exceptions, is I like them to be awakened before I take them, rank them up. Even if they're ones that don't need to be awakened, I like to have them awakened. Obviously, there's exceptions to that. Ghost, I took to rank 5, unawakened. Havoc, I took to rank 5, unawakened. They're both awakened now. But like Sentinel, he's rank 3, unawakened. But I won't take him any further. But if I can awaken him, he's going to rank 5. He's rank 3. I have a Tech 4 to 5 rank up gem. So I would quickly take him to rank 4 and then rank him up. Why? So that I can use him in Alliance Quest so that we can have more than 1 or 2 people that can take down that Omega Red. Because a lot of times if we don't clear fast enough, some of them might get busy. They may have meetings. They may have, they may have gone to bed. And then there we are, clustered around Omega Red. Boss is open, but there's nobody home. And that's happened a couple of times now. So I would like to have somebody I can bring in so that doesn't happen. And Sentinel, he can do it, and I like him. So perfect. Ooh, yeah, Kenneth, Taskmaster, I took him to rank 3. I actually love fighting with Taskmaster. Yep, definitely. If it wasn't for the fact that I had to be careful with my resources and such, there's quite a few champions that I would take up. I would take up my Nightcrawler. I've been tempted to do that anyway. I have a rank 4 to 5 mutant, and I would take Nightcrawler up because I actually like Nightcrawler a lot. Yeah, that first special of Taskmaster, great. He is a beast. I watched somebody take down Red Hulk in Realm of Legends. I mean, not Realm of Legends, Labyrinth of Legends with Taskmaster. That's when I started falling in love. I saw that and I was like, whoa. Okay. All right. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, can't rank 5 everyone. I guess it would be kind of boring. Because, for example, my 3 stars, I have all my 3 stars maxed. I don't have all my 4 stars maxed, of course. But by the time I would have all of my 4 stars and 5 stars maxed, the game would most likely have moved on to like 8 or 9 stars by then. Maybe. All right. Still sipping on my orange juice from breakfast. So in case you hear some swallowing sounds, that's what it is. Here we go. See, no R5 5 stars yet because I'm restarting a whole new account. Oh, okay. On new account, I'm on Act 2 already. Yeah, you should be able to build that account pretty quickly. Finn, the mighty yet gentle dark side dolphin warrior. Hello. How you doing? Yep. Sipping on gin and juice, laid back, with my mind on my money and my money on my mind. All right. Whoops. You know what? Let's do that. Here we are. Yeah, not gin and juice. Nope, it sure enough isn't. I don't drink. I enjoy using Taskmaster, fun to play, but not too much utility or damage. I like playing mine in the arena. Yeah, but he can actually go a little bit. But of course, when you have other champions that are better, damage dealers, better utility, that sort of thing, then yeah, you're going to always want to use the best tool for the job. And I have a pretty good assortment of tools. However, I don't have the resources to rank up all of the tools. So I had to select ones that could do a whole lot, like Ghost. She is like a Swiss Army knife. Can do so many things. You may have to adjust your style a little bit for some stuff, but oh yeah. I used her in dungeons with Itans. I think we did it yesterday. I think it was yesterday. And I brought her in there with Hood and Wasp and just cleaned up. The only trouble I had was in the last room, I had to fight Electro. So what I did was I first fought him with Hood, got his health down. Oh, it was Electro, and the node was, I think, Power Reserve and that protection. So that meant he took less damage. So I had to kill him and take even longer. But I used Hood till he died. Then I used Wasp till she died. And by that time, he had less than half his health, about 40%. And then I used Ghost to finish him off, and she almost died still. I healed her up and everything just to make sure. Because that's a situation you don't want to be in. You know, if you don't get him the first time like that, bad matchup. Maybe somebody else could have done that fight better, but that was a rough fight for Ghost. Yeah, also on that, Happy, another one is Ronin. The new Ronin, right? People ask me, you know, how is he? I'm like, he's good. The problem is, there's nothing that he does best. You know, it's like you've got a tool and he can do a lot of different things, but he's not the best at any of those things that he can do. So when you go up against something and if it doesn't need his particular combination of skills, then you're always going to have somebody else that you can bring in that's better. Better for that particular task, you know? Ooh, Happy. That's a good discussion that I've heard. Quake versus Ghost. Because, yeah, they are both good. No question about it. They both require a skill to use well. You can use both of them, but to use them well does require some skill. For me, it comes down to personal preference. I do not like playing that Quake style, but I have so much fun with Ghost. Lots of fun. Gus, what's up? Yep, I'm all the way up. All the way up. All the way up. But what you mean? You talking about my arena points? Because I actually should be much higher, but well, you can rewind to hear the story. I told it earlier. But needless to say, I was late getting home last night, and my guys were not going to be on cooldown or off cooldown in time for my normal stream time. So I was like, if I don't do it this morning, there won't be a stream today. And I mean, I could still stream if there was something else that I could stream that I wanted to stream. I could do that, but nah. Yeah, and arena points. Yeah, Tim, that's the moral that I'm getting, but I am not the only one involved. Say that. There are some that would accuse me of being defeatist. So I'm just going to relax and we'll just keep on trying. But for me, if you are not getting at least 3 of those scooters every hour, then I don't see that it's worth it. But I'm in the minority there. They are considering this just a learning phase, I guess. So if we can get to the point, maybe we'll find the right spot where we can regularly grab these up. That would be worth it. If we could go to one spot and just pick up like 3 or 4 of them, that would be awesome. We could just grab them and go, charge them up, and we're done for the day. It wouldn't take us, we wouldn't be spending more than like maybe 2 hours. And we'd be making about $30-$40 if we get the right ones, But yeah, that's not what's happening right now. Whoops. Let's see. Grab you. Elite Samurai, what's up, man? See, I took Quake to rank 5 without being able to play perfectly, but after using her for a month or so, I learned how finally. See, that's the same thing with Ghost. I took down the 6.1.6 Sentinel boss with Quake. Sweet. I used Corvus and I just revived. I didn't have Ghost at the time ranked up. But yeah, that Sentinel can be a pain, but I think, didn't I? Yeah, I think I went back in there with Medusa. Let's see. What are you guys talking about? Sounds pretty serious. Oh, no. What do you mean? Are you talking about the business that we were talking about? What me and Tim were talking about, Gus? Whoops. Woo, look at all them armor breaks. Lorenzo. Is it ever too early for Cyclops? I don't think so. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait, she's not even awakened. Bye. Boo. He does great against her. She's awakened. Now, see, the next on my list to take to rank 4, at least, would be Symbiote Supreme and Sentinel. Now, with Symbiote Supreme, I would have to use resources to take him to 5 eventually. But Sentinel, on the other hand, he can go to rank 5 as soon as I take him to rank 4. I just don't want to take him up there unawakened. But we're going to get an awakening gem. Varian is coming. And it most likely will have an awakening gem as one of the rewards. And it'll probably have 3 to 4 rank up gems too. So I cannot wait. I got my units sitting there waiting. I'm just gonna run through it. Now that's something I might do when it finally comes out. I know I don't normally do that, but my initial run through, I'm going to record and then narrate over it like I normally do to help people out that don't make it to the live streams. But I will most likely start live streaming my exploration of it, which is something I don't normally do. But we'll see. If they make it really annoying, like Variant 1, I might not do that. Because then I'll just be salty as I'm using my units to get through it. Poor Archangel. He can't do nothing about this Sentinel. It's 8:30, so yeah, Cyclops can has the red eye still. Wow. So you're 1 hour behind me. See, I've been streaming since 8:30. Or somewhere around there. My time. Okay, let's grab you, and you. See, I'm gonna push some Act 6.1 and get closer to 100%. That's a good thing to do, Elite Samurai. Not that long ago, I finally got 100% done with that one. And I haven't stepped foot in that 6.2. Still pretending it doesn't exist. And in fact, I might go ahead and, depending on how Variant 3 is, I may do that first. And it's not even because I don't have the champs for 6.2. I do. Just don't feel like it. Don't feel like dealing with their mess and their gated paths and all that other stuff. And hopefully they don't do anything like that for the Variant 3. Because they have a habit of doing that. In some game mode, they'll introduce something and then you'll see it everywhere. It's almost like they listen. They say, oh, people are complaining about this node. Let's put it in war. Oh, people didn't like this node? Okay, so we're doing good. Let's put it in AQ. Come on, buddy. Boom, boom. He caught it on his belly. Whoop. Oh yeah, you know it's coming. Love his special 3. Brutal. Ugh. See, that's how you fight. Oh, man. El Nino, what is up? Good morning. See, they might said you need specific champs to complete. Yeah, see? Them the things I don't like. You know, I know people like that sort of, you know, they might like that kind of a challenge. But, don't tie my hands. You know, I worked to build my roster. Got lucky, but I grind this arena so that I can have a wide variety of champs to choose from. And they limit my choices, which is not going to be fun for me ever. You know, it's bad enough. Like, I don't have Heimdall. Okay? Nothing I can do to get a 5-star Heimdall right now. And so without him, certain paths in 6.1 were made a little more difficult. But I still did them. But if they were to have restricted me, made it so bad that only Heimdall would really work, that's not cool. But it's permanent content, and I don't have to do it. And that's when I started seeing all the mess they were doing with 6.2. That's why I'm still pretending it don't exist. Nope, I haven't touched not even one little toe in 6.2, Happy. And not really planning to. Let's see how variant looks. If they make it like the last one, I'm gonna do that one first. And then maybe. But yeah, I could complete 6.2. I have no worries about that. I've got all the champs I need to get through completion. Exploration, that's another story. But just an initial completion, oh yeah. I've seen enough. I've seen people doing it enough. So I'm pretty confident. Congrats on 6-star Hawkeye. I bet he hits hard. Oh, you know I love Hawkeye, El Nino. Love him. Oh, man. I liked Hawkeye even before they buffed him. I was a fan of Hawkeye from way back. And then one time, I don't even remember reading about his buff. Just suddenly his bleeds were doing a lot more damage. And we were like, whoa, he was good before, but now, good grief. Samir, what is up? Oh, El Nino, I meant to tell you. After you were mentioning that documentary on the vegetarians and the oil deficiency, I was talking with my sister, and she knew of the documentary, so we checked it out. And just some further explanation on that. That documentary was correct, but the people that they were looking at were not normal vegetarians. And I had already said that you can be a vegetarian and still be unhealthy. They were not just vegetarians. They were like a cult. They were more restrictive in their diet than any of the regular vegetarians. That's why they had that deficiency. They refused to eat some vegetables, even. So yeah, they were not your typical vegetarian, not representative of the vegetarian diet. They were, like I said, they were cultish. That was harmful, what they were doing. Yeah, it's been a long time, Samir. When did they buff him? Oh, it was a long time ago. I don't remember exactly when. I just remember when it happened, people were like, man, do you see Hawkeye? His bleeds now? And I'm like, what? Really? But yeah, he did get a buff. And he hits hard. And that power control on his special one, about the only reason that I don't use him more is because I've chosen to run suicides pretty much all the time. And he's not going to be suicide friendly because when you need him... Okay, you know what, girl? Go ahead. Got to finish that off. When you need him for that power control bleed, spamming at SP1 when you have suicides on can be suicide. So I have my 5-star rank 3, but only use him in arena. Yeah, depending on your roster, that's pretty much where you would be using him. Because, I mean, you think about it. He's got a vicious bleed. And he's got that power control on that SP1. If he's awakened, he can do that hemorrhage, but that's random. But when that gets on you, oh my goodness. But you have other champions that are going to do better in most of the situations where you'd be tempted to use him. You know, like, if you were taking a path in Alliance Quest, that path, you know, do you bleed or something like that, where they only take bleed damage, then he would be better than some others. But of course, there's better bleeders. You know, if you have a Gwenpool, you're going to use her. If you got Nick Fury, you're going to use him for those paths, you know? But he's still good. I just got 6-star Karnak. Good prestige and a fair attack. What do you think of him? Karnak, I keep going back and forth. Karnak actually used to be better than he is. I was surprised when I saw an old video of him going up against Winter Soldier, and he was doing some damage. So he got nerfed, and yeah, he was my early counter to evaders. Hit that SP1 and go to town. You just had to make sure you hit that SP1 again if it was a long fight, or else they'd start evading on you. But these days, the only reason that I even use him is as a synergy with Quake, and usually in the arena. Hawkeye helps keep height and his power in check. Absolutely. And see, I like the fact that you have many different solutions. So like somebody who has only Hawkeye, right? And they have to go up against Hyperion. Then Hawkeye can work. Now, if you have Ghost with the Hood synergy, that's another way that you can handle height. That way you don't have to keep his power in check. You just make sure you phase, and you're not going to take any damage with the Hood synergy. Hold on. Got to pay attention to this girl. There we go. Because, yeah, she can wreck you even though she had such low PI.